Te están observando. Quieren saber quién eres.
Did you manage to learn any Spanish while filming this movie?
No. Well, there was a bit of Spanish I picked up from the script, and you know, and definitely working with Javier, who had an interpreter most of the time, was a lot of fun. It's the first time I actually thought about how wonderful it might be to do a foreign language film, because I actually didn't find it that different from kind of directing actors in English.
Lo que vi ahí dentro parecía real.
Lo era.
Well, this movie is kind of like the same trio than Macbeth, with you, Fassbender, and Marianne. Was this something you were talking about while making Macbeth, or is something that came afterwards?
It came when I was editing Macbeth, and Michael said, I'm developing Assassin's Creed. I've been on it for 2 years. I thought if ever I was going to do a film of this scale, what better way of doing it than with Michael and a group of people that I you know, was familiar with, and the concepts and the ideas in there. I just thought it would make a terrific film.
Estás predestinado a lograr grandes cosas. Ya veremos.
Did you seek for any kind of fans' approval, either through social media or through Ubisoft?
Yeah, I don't think you can ignore the kind of passion and the opinions of the fans. I think at the same time though, you can't worry so much about it that you sort of stop, and then hopefully offer up something new. I mean, Ubisoft were really keen to, you know, create new characters and, you know, a new timeline and a world in there that felt like a film, and you know, not an appropriation of the game.
Bienvenido a la Santa Inquisición.
Were you aware by the story behind it, like the whole Inquisition time?
Like loosely. Fortunately now I do, because it's a pretty amazing time in history. Not only with the sort of religious sort of discord and persecution at the time, but just culturally and creatively, it's incredibly rich. So no, I wasn't aware before. I definitely am now.
I have to say that between Macbeth and this one, there's something that I wonder if it's your trademark in a way, which is the slow motion, the sand, the sepia colors. Is that something that, would you say, that's you?
To be honest, this one had a lot to do with, you know, where we were shooting. You know, Almeria is a very dusty place, and we tend to shoot against the sun and find very iconic images. So I can see that there are some sort of similarities visually between the two films, but it's also something about working with visual effects. I think that if you can have very solid foregrounds and you have atmos in those foregrounds and they're real, when you start to put in background buildings and so forth that are artificial, they seem to meet better. You struggled at times to see where the real and the artificial kind of met.
Hemos seguido la pista de su linaje 500 años atrás hasta el credo de los Assassins.
And this whole dust and sepia color, are you like the new George Miller, or are you following that?
I wish. He's a pretty amazing filmmaker, George Miller. Well, I don't know, I'm interested in atmosphere, and I'm interested in iconic images, and I think at the time, living through the Spanish Inquisition, it would have felt almost like the apocalypse, you know, when characters sort of enter the smoke of a fire. You know, we were quite interested in you know, whether they were ever going to return. So, I don't know, I guess there are some similarities, yeah.
Actuamos en las sombras para servir a la luz. Somos Assassins.